This has the flavor of Rush that I feel like I've come to learn and love. Musical mathematicians.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. It's your girl, Rosalie. This is so freaking powerful. Guess what time it is? Let's keep this short and simple, but I had to come on here.
As promised, it is time to dive into side B. Yes, I thought I had explored the full Rush 2112 album, and boy, was I wrong. There's a whole second side to this thing. The mathematicians of music, that is what Rush is to me. A band that I've experienced and explored through this channel, which is really exciting to me. Now, if you want to check out my full review, it's over an hour long, a deep dive where I analyze, talk about the composition, the lyrics. That's that Rush. Here's again, I like this because I feel like where we've gone rock, we've gone a little bluesy, soulful, we've gotten very, very melancholic with the Mellotron. This has the flavor of Rush that I feel like I've come to learn and love. That bass line, oh my gosh. Ooh.
Waiting for the winds of change to sweep the clouds away. Waiting for the rainbow's end to cast its gold your way. Countless away. You pass the day. Waiting for someone to come and turn your world around. Looking for an answer to the questions you have found. Looking for an open door. Wow, you don't get something for nothing. You can have freedom for free. You won't get wise with the sleeves still in your eyes, no matter what your dream might be. Now you don't get something for nothing. You can have freedom for free. You won't get wise with the sleeves still in your eyes, no matter what your dream might be.
That's good. That's good.
What you own is your own kingdom. What you do is your own glory. What you love is your own power. What you live is your own story.
These lyrics.
Is the answer. Let it guide you along. Let your heart be the anchor and the beat of your soul.
Come on, Getty.
You don't get something for nothing. You can have freedom for free. No. You don't get something for nothing. You can have freedom for free.
Standing ovation, y'all. This abso-freaking-lutely deserves a standing ovation. This is crazy work. These are musical mathematicians. I am so impressed. I am so excited that I discovered this band through you guys. I never dove into Rush's music. It's a generational thing. It was just an upbringing thing. It was just all kinds of reasons. I've talked about this before. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. You're going to have to check out those reviews, my first reviews and exposures to Rush, to understand why it took me this long to actually come to love and appreciate Rush. And then with every song that I explore them more, and I have not heard them all yet, so stay tuned for more. I keep finding myself being mind blown at the musical intricacies, at the lyrical genius, at the psychological and philosophical depth of their songs. And I am excited because this final Rush song of side B of the 2112 album it just had that Rush signature that I've come to love. And I love that. I'm excited about that. I'm also excited because I thought Something for Nothing, it kind of sounded depressing. And I thought, is this going to end with having given something for nothing? And now we're ending on a sad note of emptiness or unrequited, unreciprocated love. That would be sad, right? All of this beautiful work. And we've worked so hard to fight the totalitarian system. We've fought so hard to make it through side B and work our way through these unique standalone songs that are just the beautiful. What is the word when you have all your art displayed? Exhibition of all your beautiful work. And I was hoping let's not end negatively. And the depth of this final song is so freaking good. There's so much wisdom here, first of all. I think just the reason why people love Psalms, Proverbs, those type of ancient books that are filled with spiritual, religious wisdoms, because a lot of it is not just religious or spiritual. A lot of it is just wisdom for life, and very practical. I think, and I'm just giving one example. There are many wisdom texts of old where I think, for one, it's special because it's ancient, but also because there's wisdom there. And there's something unique about hearing past generations, your ancestors, generations of past, say something that is still applicable today. And for those who have ears and are willing to hear, for those of us who are willing to take the lessons and actually listen, there's so much treasure here. And we're giving this for free. We're giving wisdom. We're giving musical art for free. Good Lord, I am such a sentimental. What is the word? I don't even know. But it makes me sentimental. The fact, first of all, I'm grateful that I have ears to hear. And I'm getting sentimental. I know, I'm a sucker. Because it's exciting to think, wow, in my lifetime, I got to hear this and I got to experience this. I got to savor this musical beauty. I hopefully get to pass it on to the next generation. But what a gift to be able to listen to music, to be able to be on these journeys with you guys, to dive into and analyze the depth of these songs and these compositions and allow it to add to me personally. Not just sit here and go, oh, this is deep for this reason. And oh, look, you used an E minor chord, which makes me feel yada yada. Of course, we can sit here as objectively as possible and say why scientifically our brain just reacts the way it does to music. But I think there's also something spiritual about music, something that's hard to just explain away with neurons firing and endorphins and chemicals being released. And that it is such a beautiful thing to hear music, to witness music that was created decades ago that is still impacting us today. These men who have walked through life, loss and love, who are passing on wisdom through their song. And to end the album with such a gold nugget being handed off to us, saying, hey, here's where the wisdom's at. Listen to this. You don't get something for nothing. And the reason why I think this is beautiful for this side B conclusion is because we fought hard on side A through this totalitarian dystopia. I say we, as if I was in the story, to find freedom and to ponder the sacrifices it might take. The loneliness that comes with discovering something that other people are against. The tension that arises in those conversations between these extremes of freedom and responsibility, of control and creativity. And we've worked our way to side B now. with this beautiful repertoire of standalone songs that are all just so unique in their musical compositions, different writers. You have that different flair for each song. You got the upbeat, the rock and roll feel. You got the bluesy, soulful guitar solos. You got the amazing time signatures. We have the vocal control that goes through the roof, right? And the high notes and the grit and the rasp. And we just have a musical feast that is just beautiful to listen to. But then you have also what I feel like this beautiful display of what that creative freedom we have fought for on side A is now being accomplished on side B. So for those people who want to be like, oh, side B is not really related to side A, it's different, I feel like it is. Even though it's not related to the storyline, it is this beautiful set table before us that shows what creativity would look like if it is truly free. Free to travel the world and experience the passage to Bangkok. Free to experience other cultures and experience the world and connect with other people. The Twilight Zone, which to me encourages creativity, which to me encourages curiosity too. From a psychological standpoint, something important when we're dealing with feeling despaired, feeling depressed or anxious. Kids are so curious. They look at the world with wonder, and there's something beautiful about getting that wonder back. Lessons, this conversation about how memories shape us, how the things we've experienced make us who we are, and our longing to pass that on, but also the tension when it's not received, when others don't want to heed what we know and what we want to say. The conversations between people and people groups as to who's right and wrong, who got the right lesson, who should be listening to whose lesson. That intimacy and that introspection in tears of wanting to be known, wanting to really see somebody, and asking questions such as, what's more impactful? Just a lot of crying, a lot of emotions, or understanding why someone's crying? To then conclude with something for nothing and saying, I'm waiting for the winds of change to sweep the clouds away. Maybe full circle now to the side A, where we talked about a longing for freedom. Clouds maybe symbolizing that totalitarian oppression, maybe our own angst, anxieties, and struggles in life, that tension between freedom and responsibility. To take it full circle, we're waiting for change. We're waiting for freedom. It makes me also think of Rush's songs like Free Will, where there's this constant encouragement to take ownership of your life, waiting for the rainbow's end, right? We want to be in the limelight, but what price will that cost? Casting its gold our way, countless ways you pass the day, and an honest conversation without painting skittle-farting unicorns into the sky and saying you can have it all. We're ending with a song that's holding a mirror up in front of us, that's holding a mirror up in front of us and holding us accountable, saying, wait a minute, you can wait all day. You can wait for someone's call to turn the world around. Now, perhaps, this is just like the cherry on the cake, this beautiful exclamation to the full album to say, okay, now that we've talked about the temples of Syrinx and we've talked about the discovery, we've worked through the oracle of the dream, and we've looked at the grand finale, and we've traveled to Bangkok, and we've been in the Twilight Zone. Now that we've experienced all of this, now it's time to realize you have to take ownership. If you don't want that totalitarian utopia to destroy your life, you don't need to be waiting for the world to turn around, looking for an answer, waiting. That's part of what got us to side A in the first place. When we as a people and individually, as a society and individually speaking, when we're just waiting for someone else to take charge, for someone else to tell us what to believe and do, for someone else to tell us what to think. We look at social media, we look at the news, we look at them to tell us who's right and who's wrong and which side we should be on. When we do that, this is full circle, I'm telling y'all. That's when we get side A. That's when you get a totalitarian system that can tell you that music is bad, that can tell you which books to read or not to read, that can tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. But something for nothing is a declaration and a reminder, the lessons that we need to be listening to that say, hey, if you want to turn your world around and you're looking for those answers, the open door, that key, right? Unlocking the key, right? Back to in the Twilight Zone, I think it spoke of a key, unlocking the door, open the door. That curious mind is trying to explore the dimensions. Here in Something for Nothing, the declaration being, you don't get something for nothing. You can't have freedom for free. You don't want the dystopia, the utopia, the totalitarianism. You don't want to find yourself in a place where music is lost and becomes this crazy discovery for generations in the future. Then you have to take charge. You won't get wise with the sleep in your eyes. Stop being lazy. Take control. No matter what your dreams might be, no matter how big or grand or beautiful, You don't get something for nothing. And I think that even though side B feels like the standalone collection of songs, it is very much side A expressing itself. Side A saying, and this is what freedom would look like. And now, grand finale, something for nothing. You won't get this though. The ability to pass to Bangkok, to experience the Twilight Zone, to experience memories and lessons, to work through your tears. You won't get all that unless you're willing to. Freedom isn't for free. Get wise. Take control. I feel like this is just legendary. I mean, come on, guys. There's probably so much that I missed. But if you talk to me in the comments, you let me know what these songs mean to you and this album and Rush as a whole. I can't wait to see what you guys say in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed my review. Of course, a lot of it is subjective, but I hope I brought to you psychological and philosophical aspects that you may have not considered before. My brain's exploding, but I feel smarter yet again. Make sure to subscribe for more. What's next? What should I review by Rush and other bands that have shaped music history and your life? I want to know. Let me know who you are, what bands have changed your life and why. Subscribe, and I will see you on the next ride. Heyo!